So it's 2026, right? And AI tools, they're just everywhere. But making them actually work, like really work at a pro level, that's a whole different ballgame. Look, I've churned out over 100 episodes using this tech, and I'm going to give you the exact playbook that took me from someone who was totally struggling to, well, basically having a full production crew right in my pocket.
And believe me, I have so been there. When I first dove in, I seriously thought AI was going to be this magic wand for content. You know, just push a button and boom, amazing video. But my first few tries, oh man, they were just awkward, so awkward. The avatars were stiff, the voices sounded like robots. I was actually embarrassed to share them with anyone. It was a total mess.
So the big question is, right, how did I go from that complete mess to creating stuff that actually gets views, that people actually engage with? How did I get to a point where my whole process is just smooth and the final cut looks like it came out of a high-end studio?
Well, it wasn't some magic bullets or one secret tool. Nope, it all boiled down to just three game-changing techniques. And these completely flipped how I make content. So today, we're going to walk through every single one.
All right, first up, and you've got to listen to this because it's absolutely crucial. You have to design your digital host. Seriously, this was the biggest breakthrough for me. It's all about ditching those generic default avatars and creating a presenter that feels right for your brand and connects with your audience. So here's how you do it. You're going to start in a text-to-image tool. First, you just pick a style. You want realistic, animated, whatever fits your vibe. Then, and this is key, you write a super detailed prompt. Don't just say a man in a suit. No way. Get specific. Try something like a friendly 30-year-old podcaster with an engaging smile, wearing a modern suit in a studio with soft lighting. See the difference? Then you generate a bunch of options and see which one really clicks with your audience. And the best part? You get a unique host who, let's be real, never has a bad hair day.
And this just shows you exactly what I'm talking about. Think about it. If you're running a business podcast, you want that professional look, right? It builds authority. But for a lifestyle show, you're going to want someone who looks casual, approachable, someone who builds a real connection. The whole point is making your host feel like someone your audience actually wants to listen to.
Okay, let's get into technique number 2. This is all about the tech that makes your host feel, well, real. This is where we master the sync.
I mean, let's be real. What's the biggest giveaway of early kind of junky AI? The lip sync, right? When the mouth is just off. It completely shatters the illusion. And for a long, long time, that was the one thing that was almost impossible to get right.
But that's where today's lip sync tech just completely changes the game. This is the AI that takes your audio, it could be your own voice or an AI voice, doesn't matter, and perfectly matches it to your avatar's mouth. The result? A delivery that looks completely natural, flawless, every single time.
And I'm not kidding you, this part literally feels like magic. You just upload your audio, hit sync, and bam, you watch your script just come to life with a perfect performance. Think about it. No more fumbling your lines, no more doing 50 takes. It is an absolute game changer.
All right, on to our third and final technique. And this one builds on everything we've just talked about. This is where things get really, really creative. Now you're going to learn how to direct your own cast.
So this is going to take a little shift in how you think. I want you to stop thinking like you're just a solo podcaster. Start thinking like you're a talk show director. I mean, what if you could have a whole crew of hosts, all perfectly prepped, ready to go, to talk about literally anything?
And the process is way easier than you think. You just create a second AI host, same way you made the first one, then you write a script that sounds like a real conversation, back and forth. You pop them into a scene together, sync up each of their audio tracks, and just like that, you've directed a whole conversation. It's that simple.
And here's the secret sauce to making it feel real. You gotta give your hosts different personalities, right? Maybe one's the serious expert, the other is more lighthearted. And little things, like positioning them to face each other, that matters. You want them reacting to each other, not just reciting lines. It's those little human touches that sell the whole thing.
So, there it is. That's the playbook. Design your host, master the sync, and direct your cast. Simple, right? But I know what you're probably thinking right about now.
Yeah, I hear this all the time. This all sounds amazing, but it's got to be crazy expensive, right? Pro-level production costs a fortune.
Nope, not even close. And the difference is just staggering. Think about it. A traditional episode with a studio, a crew, editing, you're easily looking at $5,000, maybe $15,000. With these AI tools, you get the hosts, the perfect lip sync, the awesome backgrounds for a tiny, tiny fraction of that. The money you save is just massive.
Okay, so what about the other big fear? The one I hear from almost every creator starting out. But what if people can tell it's AI? Won't they just tune out? And you know what? It's a fair question.
But here's the truth. First off, the tech is so good now, most people honestly can't tell. But more importantly, even if they do know, they don't care. As long as the content itself is good, as long as it's valuable. I've literally had people comment, "Wow, I love your studio," and they have no idea the whole thing is AI generated. At the end of the day, value is what matters.
So here's your mission, should you choose to accept it. I want you to find an AI tool and just play with it. Follow the steps we just went over and create your first host. Don't worry about making it perfect, just get your hands dirty. Then, this week, try to make a little 2-minute test episode. Just see for yourself what this stuff can do.
Look, the future of creating content, it's not coming. It's already here. And it's never been this accessible. You don't need a huge budget, you don't need a fancy degree, all you need are the right tools and a little bit of curiosity. So really, the only question left to ask is, what story are you going to tell?